Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Clownie Nerf. As you can see, Beaker is still wearing the same shirt because we are still filming multiple blasters in a single location. This time it's on something he did I thought was also really cool, which is why he's here for these things and brought them over to my house. It's on a modded zombie strike, what do they call it? Mega Magnus. Yeah, one of my favorite blasters. I completely forget the name.
Seriously.
But Beaker has done that to it, which is he's about to explain right here.
Okay, so depending on your location of area, you may call it an NIC war, you may call it DIY class. Personally, it's just the blasters that use Steffens or slugs, which I like to call extreme mods. But I took a Mega Magnus. Now, this is not an original idea. I want to make that very clear. I did not come up with this idea, but I liked the way it sounded. It sounded like it was a pretty good idea. Saw it on Nerf Haven, so I decided to try it. Dead simple. I was able to knock this out in an afternoon, and that's only because I was lazy and kept taking breaks. All I really did was I took a piece of CPVC. This whole thing is just using CPVC. Down into the area where the dart normally goes, wrapped it with some E-tape and epoxied it in so that way it stayed there, didn't go anywhere. Up here in the front is a CPVC coupler, half-inch CPVC coupler. This is all half-inch CPVC. Kind of reamed it out a little bit with a Dremel just to make sure that it accepted the dart a little bit easier and also fit quite nicely. Now before I glued this in, I shut it forward, kind of figured out where it went, and that's when the glue was on. Let it sit, let it cure. Put some epoxy putty up around the front here to keep this from wobbling. Now I still can add more for strength and everything, but I'm actually very pleased with this. I used this in a, hang on, does have a decent air seal. It's not perfect, but when you consider the sheer volume that this thing pushes through for such a tiny dart, doesn't really matter. Also, the 8-kilogram blaster parts Magnus spring, which is beautiful. Thing rings like a bell when it goes off, and it's actually quite quick for a breech load. Now it doesn't really sound too impressive, but I can guarantee you that this thing is going 75, 80 feet. I haven't cronied this, so I'm not 100% sure how fast it's actually shooting. But, I mean, as you can see, for a breech load, it's pretty quick. And I used this with great success in a NIC war that I will have footage of on a channel. Yes, Van, I know. Shut up. I'm working on uploading it.
I can attest that this thing actually really does hit like a tank, and it is really quick to reload, and he's right, it is a super simple mod to pull off in an afternoon, even if you just use the stock spring or even like knock out the AR. I mean, it's got a great even seal with it here, which is amazing, even though technically it's stopping here, and there's a massive amount of dead space. If there was a way to eliminate the dead space, it probably
is possible.
It is possible. You could probably end up having something even more of a beast. But this thing is so. It's just a house.
So simple, and if you're looking to get into an NIC style, like heavier, like slug style battles and stuff, this is stupid easy to do. Honestly, like about a foot and a half of CPVC, just in case you make some mistakes. This is about 8 inches, I believe. I think it's about 8 inches. Some glue, some E-tape, some epoxy putty, done. One thing though, real quick, before you go, leave this here. The piece that actually like holds the darts for the Megas, leave it there. So that way, if your fingers slip, oh, but take the little like dart guides out. But the actual magazine feeder, leave it there. So that way if your finger slips and you drop the dart, it doesn't go the whole way down inside and you gotta fish it out. One more shot. Right into my foot. Almost caught it.
Almost got it.
That's about everything.
And the coolest, one of the cool things, what do you call the blow blaster anyways?
Big O.
Big O. One of the coolest animes ever, man. That's great. So that does it for Beaker's Big O.
Innuendo!
We're just going to end the video.
Bye!
Night,
He watches you sleep. Remember, that's why you can't sleep at night.
Beaker's Big